This is a picture of a dog signaling toward Orca scat, the scientific word for poop.
Here on the boat, we're the dog's legs, so the dog has to tell us, which means we have to read him correctly and a very, very fine reading, because sometimes literally what we're using is the nostrils of the dogs going up and down to tell us which way to turn.
Dr. Sam Wasser led the study, collecting hundreds of samples of scat over 7 years. They wanted to figure out why the southern resident orcas are losing their pregnancies.
And it's what we call a pulsing vortexer. So what it does is it'll pulse and then it stops. You see how it stops?
They put the scat in this and then analyzed it, comparing orcas with successful and failed pregnancies. Almost 70% of the pregnancies they followed failed. The results showed the whale's hormones reflected a state of severe malnutrition.
Low thyroid hormone, high cortisol, both are indicative of poor nutrition. And if you take the ratio of the two, the thyroid relative to the glucocorticoids, and you compare that ratio in the successful versus unsuccessful late pregnant females, you find that the successfully pregnant females, that ratio is 9 times higher than the ones that abort. So there's no question that they are nutritionally impaired, and that is whacking their pregnancies.
There are only 78 southern resident orcas alive today. Wasser says it's time to get serious about restoring salmon habitat. If the whales disappear, it will likely have major impacts on the Puget Sound ecosystem.
Pluck out that top-level predator, and this whole cascade, we call it trophic cascades, the whole system starts to unravel. When you lose a top predator, you're not just losing a top predator.
In Seattle, I'm Allison Morrow, King 5 News.